What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Terence Crawford, Errol, Spence. Get this. Reportedly, a deal is close to being finalized between these two champions for October, according to Mike Coppinger. Wow. The long overdue fight between these two, the WBO welterweight champion and pound for pound reigning king Terence Crawford, on top of the unified superstar welterweight champion Errol the Truth Spence, are set to be coming close to a deal to be finalized. Now, we do know what has happened. We knew that Errol Spence is like, hey, sign the contract, put up or shut up, and I want to talk to you guys about that just a bit while I'm here. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Understand something about those two fighters. Terence Crawford was supposedly overpaid, by Bob Arum. Bob Arum pissed and moaned and complained about his undefeated superstar because he wasn't selling enough. He complained about the ticket sales. He complained about spending money that he didn't have, or whatever the case is, knowing damn well Bob Arum is worth a shitload of money, right? And he basically disrespected Terence, but it's his fault. Terence signed a contract with ESPN, Top Rank rather. Then he signed another one. He renewed it. Okay, when he renewed it, everybody blamed him for actually taking that deal instead of getting the fight made with Errol Spence, because Errol Spence is on the PBC. Errol Spence was the one, of course, was talking about this side of the street. He's on the wrong side of the street type of business. Okay, so that was the first time anybody ever mentioned anything about politics concerning why a fight can't get made. Okay, and we've heard Errol Spence on the Drunken Rants take 60-40, 70-30, or fuck it, whatever we want to give him. Those are the words Errol Spence used. So it was like, okay, well, who really wants this fight if you don't respect that fighter? Well, Terence Crawford fought everybody else in the welterweight division that he possibly could, and he stopped every one of them, except Amir Khan, and he made him quit. So, yeah, so everybody that went in the ring with Terence Crawford lost, and it didn't go to a decision. And you're talking about an former undisputed king at 140 coming up to 147, doing all this and doing all that. Meanwhile, Errol Spence is there saying he's that, he's the boogeyman, he's this, that, and the other, right? Now, he's like, hey, sign the contract or shut up. But you have to understand something. Why would Terence Crawford, accept something that he wasn't even accustomed to getting in a freaking super fight? Counterpunch. Why do you think Terence Crawford is just going to accept any old type of money? You think he's going to take less when he was getting more? And that just shows you whatever money that they're trying to offer Terence Crawford is not what he was accustomed to making at ESPN. Regardless of who wanted to pay him or who didn't want to pay him at ESPN, they had to pay him. At Top Rank. At Top Rank, they had to pay him based on a contract. So he made $3 to $4 million a fight, guaranteed. Okay, and what we know about the PBC Fox Showtime lineup with Al Heyman and and how they do it, they lean on the idea of pay-per-view. Okay, that's where their fighters supposed to get the fights or the money, the extra revenue, because their base pay is not what it's supposed to be. Okay, it's not. Like, give you an example. Errol Spence fought Sean Porter. Super fight, unification fight. Well, he fought him. They both got $2 million. Bud's getting twice as much. So why would Bud then say, hey, I'm going to take $2 million or $3 million to fight Errol Spence? You know what I mean? So you can imagine a person that's becoming accustomed to getting things. Why would he leave one place, for racism or whatever, disrespect, and to come somewhere else and get less? That makes no sense. However, all that hopefully is coming to a head, because this deal looked like it's closing in. This fight should be made this year in October, my birthday. I want that present. I want that present badly, okay? I want Terence Crawford to take on Errol Spence so we can see who's best pound for pound. We can see who's best in the welterweight division, and we can see who holds all the belts undisputed. Okay? So anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Terence Bud Crawford, Errol the Truth Spence, close in finalizing a deal for October for the undisputed welterweight championships of the world. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace!